The hunt for Kobbie Mainoo'S partner come the summer is on, and Amadou Onana is coming back into the books. He is on the radar for Manchester United following that impressive performance against England for Belgium. Welcome to the United Hotspot. My name is Webb, and here is a talk about one of the most trending footballers right now. I do recall in the last summer transfer window, Amadou Onana was trending as so many a United supporter felt like he was the right player to come through as a holding midfielder to partner with Casemiro by then. Now, with the emergence of Kobbie Mainoo, of course, we do know that things have changed. Casemiro is among those we are looking at as possible departures, if not obvious departures in the summer. And we are still looking for the perfect replacement. Now, there was talks of so many players, including Joao Neves, Joao Gomez, name them. But Amadou Onana is back because many people still think that this Everton player is a very different player. Honestly, Onana is that kind of player you look at and you're feeling, he gives you thoughts because you think about one, he has been at Everton since 2022, meaning he's a little bit proven because over 50 games played in the Premier League, that's a lot of experience in the Premier League. He's a main player in Everton. Everton isn't a small club, and he has been integral in their fight to try and stay afloat, even if they were docked so many points. His work rate is something admirable. He has got a very good work rate for a defensive midfielder. And the one thing I like about him is how he goes into tackles boldly, that he will go in any position, whether running from coming from behind, from in front, from sideways, he will run into a tackle fearlessly. And at times you even worry for him, thinking he's going to get himself injured. But somehow he doesn't. And more times than not, he gets away safe. He gets the ball and does not injure anyone. I don't remember the last time he had a red card. So that shows you he's a neat player. He has got a certain technique because it's a rare skill. We see players like Kobbie Mainoo who have got this skill of targeting the ball, get it, don't injure the opponent. It's a very rare skill, but it takes technique and understanding. You know when to time and run and go snatch the ball away, which I think he has got that. I think impeccably well. That is why he's on the lips of many United supporter. Two, the other thing I like about him is his physique. Whatever Kobbie Mainoo lacks in terms of height, he has. Not that Kobbie Mainoo is too short, but I think Amadou Onana is sort of a giant of a player, which I think gives him another advantage. I mean, put him as the number 6 shielding Kobbie Mainoo. You know that he will come out there and pull bodies the way if you recall Yaya Toure when he played holding midfield at times, and he has got a bit of a profile, a bit like Yaya Toure, because he can go box to box when he has to. He does run in the middle. I mean, whereas he's tall, he's good with the ball on his feet, and that's something you don't find often. And the height is an advantage because you know that in set pieces is going to come in handy. You know that he will be able, because even if he's not big, the fact that he's tall players almost turn out to be big, especially if they are good with the ball, if they can keep themselves firm on the ground. So he's tall, so it makes him a beast, sort of a beast in the middle. So imagine with the physicality in terms of a big of being big of Kobbie and the height of Amadou. I think that's a good balance in the midfield that would have. I like that about him. The other thing I do like about him is his personality. His personality for me is of a player who cannot be bullied, and such players are good in the midfield because they disorganize it. Think about a player like Roy Keane, who we had back then, our former captain. Roy Keane was a bully because of his personality. He would come out there. He was not the best of footballers. Or with the ball on his feet, he wasn't that good. I think even Amadou Onana with the ball on his feet was better than Roy Keane ever was. But the character and personality, and that's the thing lacking. That was lacking in Man United. That at times you need that. You saw him against England, how he was going off with Declan Rice and what's it, Jude Bellingham. It shows that personality is good, and it brings energy into the stands. The fans will ride on to off it, and that is what makes football a beautiful game. He communicates with the supporters. He can go into a tackle, and when he wins the ball, he's rallying the fans up and all. That character for me, I think, is important, and it has been lacking a bit in Manchester United. Casemiro tries to bring it at times, but and you understand why it's important. Casemiro does it. But all these star players have always been known for that. You need players who have got the personality to psych the supporters, either by attack or by moments, and that's something that has eluded us for some time. So that's another thing I like about Amadou Onana. The other thing is because tested, approved, and trusted. You know what I mean? You do want to go for the tried and tested. You better the devil you know that than the angel you don't, because this boy has been trusted in the Premier League by Everton. Why go for a more expensive player from Portugal who you're not certain will come and acclimatize to the English Premier League? You would rather go for a cheaper, trusted option because he's also young. Amadou is only 22. So for me, I think that gives a, but also he's cheaper. The price as well is good because, well, Everton signed him for about 33 million pounds or thereabout in 2022. Right now, it is reported that their asking price would be close to 70 million pounds, but I think that is really on the higher side. I'm sure they would take 50 million quid if a club came seriously willing to pay that, because they're in a tight financial situation. But also knowing that, I mean, the other thing is the fact that Everton need money. Where they're headed, they will need money because they are having financial issues. The financial fair play man, the Premier League sustainability rules are not, doing these clubs any favors. So if you've got an asset like him, and you're in the situation that Everton is, they are languishing in the bottom of the log because of being docked a lot of points. They certainly want to cash in on the players who can bring them money in the summer. So United comes with cash of, let's say, 50 million. If we have that, there is talk of Braithwaite, who many think can be the right option to come in centre back. If we are getting two players from them, I'm sure they will cash in so that they make some money to try and keep themselves afloat. So you think about all of that, and you're thinking maybe Amadou Onana can come in as an option in the middle, because the reality is it might be difficult for us to get Joao Neves. Joao Neves, the Benfica kid, because he's too expensive. These Portuguese players are extremely expensive, and we don't have the money yet. So that's important. Of course, recently I spoke about Joao Gomez, who we are linked with. Now I'm looking at the other options. I first spoke about Joao Gomez and what advantages he would have, and maybe a bit of this. So in terms of pecking order for me, I think Amadou Onana would be ahead of Joao Gomez in terms of pecking order, because I think Amadou Onana is a better player. He's a bigger player than Joao Gomez. So I think for me, options from Joao Neves, who is for me should be the first priority. If the other options are Joao Gomez and Amadou Onana, I think I'll put Amadou Onana above him. I'll put him between Joao Neves and Joao Gomez. But if there is no money, then Onana would shoot straight up as the first option. Of course, imagine us having two Onanas, one in goal and one in the middle of the park, what that would mean. But it doesn't matter. It's just, they are just names. So that's what I think. I look at Amadou and I'm thinking probably there is a player in there who can come. I saw them having their moment with Kobbie Mainoo, and fans were all over Twitter trying to suggest that this is going to be our midfield partnership come next season. I think he had a good game, and but Kobbie still took him to school. If you saw what happened, it was a beautiful game of football to see Kobbie against Onana, because he really gave him a bit of work to do. But anyhow, let's see what Ineos will do. This is the United Hotspot. My name is Webb. Thank you so much. Do subscribe and stick with us. I do remind you, if you are in Uganda, regardless where you are, you can order for shoes, but also you can order for sneakers, for gentle shoes, kids shoes. We brought sneakers. All of these are available. Just order online. We shall deliver wherever you are. And that is with the shoebox. Go on my Twitter platforms, Web Daniel Sebachije. You will see the shoes we have, so many of them. In the future, we'll be building the online store properly, so that you can be able to just go click and make your order. For now, just go on Web Daniel Sebachije. That's on Twitter, on Facebook, and everywhere. You should be able to see them shoes that you can order for and step like a boss.